Ford motion down like a receiver. GTR in the pocket. Wants to throw. Coming across. The Baltimore 38 intercepted by Brandon Stevens. Now wants to return right sideline across midfield to the 30, 25, 20. He's got the blockers and he's down at the 10-yard line. Off a deflected pass. It's a 52-yard interception return. There to the right on Lamar Jackson out of the shotgun. Design quarterback run. Lamar Jackson. Touch. For the Ravens. So the turnover, one play later, Lamar Jackson's in the end zone. The Ravens take the lead. Jackson takes it, flags fly. Lamar following a blocker into the end zone. Touchdown, but wait a second. We'll check the marker. Only now the Ravens celebrate Lamar Jackson's second touchdown. Cleveland rushing forward. Plus back to the 15. There's a deep ball. Someone's caught. Mark Andrews goes up and brings it down for a touchdown. Who needs Vince Carter when you have Mark Andrews? Second touchdown catch. 3 brown jerseys all around the white-cladded Mark Andrews. He goes up to all 6'5" of his frame to hold that one down.
It's the official Baltimore Ravens post-game show here on the Flex Zone Podcast YouTube channel. Only place giving you sports how you want and when you need it. You guys heard the happy recap, the highlights from a dominating victory in Cleveland. We're here to talk about it. The Ravens post-game show as they beat the Browns 28-3 and dominate their defense. If you can, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit that bell to Flex Zone Podcast, making your Sundays better each and every NFL Sunday. Ravens, we'll talk about it, and we'll go around the AFC North and the entire NFL. The Ravens postgame show coming to you live here on the Flex Zone Podcast. What is going on, Ravens Nation, Ravens flock, Flex Zone family? It is the Flex Zone Podcast, only place giving you sports, fellas, how you want it.
When you need it.
Very special edition of the Baltimore Ravens official post-game show. You guys know who we are, but we have a very special, very illustrious guest here joining us. I want to put this man on screen. He's been doing his thing on YouTube. He's been doing his thing on Facebook. Finally, in the building with us. Give your hands. Put him together for the illustrious Justin P. Justin, what's going on, my brother? Welcome to the Flex Zone Baltimore Ravens postgame show. Justin, what's going on, brother?
Can you hear us, Justin?
Oh man, thanks for having me on.
Yeah, appreciate you, brother. Let them know your channel, how they can keep up with you, and what type of content you drop. The channel is Talking Ravens All Day with Justin P, but you can tell them better than I can.
Thanks for having me, pal. Thanks for having me, Raj, Andre. It's a pleasure, man. Been following you guys for a long time now. Y'all got a great show, man. I'm just glad.
Seems like his Wi-Fi cut off.
Yeah, I think we're having some technical difficulties with Justin. We're gonna get him back in. But Raj, D, how are you guys feeling? Raj, I'm gonna start with you. The Ravens, impressive 28-3 victory. We learned today no Deshaun Watson, and the Ravens took advantage, man.
Hey man, I thought it was a great victory for the Ravens. I didn't have the Ravens winning this game. I was very skeptical of their offense, but that stunt in Cleveland was crazy, man. I mean, you go all week knowing that Deshaun Watson's arm is not right. You act like he's going to play today, and then when he gets a chance to, to warm up, oh, he can't play. So now you got this fifth round draft pick going into the game cold. No, didn't run with the ones all week long, and now he's getting put in this situation where he has to play a Vontae Ravens defense. It was an ugly day for that brother. I feel very bad for him. I know he's going to need a nice ice bath after today because he got his head knocked off. But I'm feeling really good, man. We got the win today. Should have got the win last week. I'm still pissed off about that. But it is what it is. We're still number one in the division, which is a good thing. Everybody else lost. So I'm feeling really happy.
D, let's bring you in, brother. You can follow him at DotSportNet. He'll tell you about it. But how you feeling, D? The Ravens, for the first time. It wasn't tight, but it was right.
Hey, there you go, man. When I seen this morning that Deshaun Watson wasn't going to play, I said, "Oh, we got him now, baby. We ain't losing no rookie quarterback." And the Browns, the young man, won. It kind of he had a long afternoon. Didn't have him pass the ball a whole bunch. Fluid, efficient. Really, we'll talk about the turnover. Really changed the aspect of the whole ball game, just like it did last week in the negative way. It did it the positive way. And very quickly, you can check out Dive Sporting Network on all the major platforms, on the Twitter at Dive Sporting Net. Right now, as we speak, got some Fall League basketball up. Tomorrow we'll have a football game we did the other night in St. Paul's and Mount Carmel, and we got some big action coming your way. I won't be on here next Sunday because I'll be at La Jolla Blakefield checking out the challenge. A lot of local teams on the basketball side be playing in it. So we'll have that content out next week as well.
Appreciate that, D. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Trying to get Justin in. I see he's trying to join back in before we get too far gone. But while we wait for Justin, let's see if he's on now. Justin, can you hear us, brother? Let's see.
Still a little bit fuzzy.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
I think you good. Can you hear us, brother?
Yeah, I can hear y'all. Can y'all hear me?
Okay. Awesome. So let's run this back before we get too far gone, brother.
Yeah, but I can hear you. I can hear you, man.
Again, I got to do it right. This brother is on YouTube talking Ravens with Justin P. He's a fan. He's a friend. He's a family member here on the Flex Zone family. He's always supporting us. We're supporting him. Going to have him on the show, hopefully, for many, many more times. He's always welcome. You can check out his channel. He's going to tell you all about it. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Justin P.
Oh man, thank y'all fellas for having me on. Like I said, it's a true honor and a pleasure. I had Roger on my show Thursday. Pretty sure y'all saw it, man. We had a good time. So it was only right I had to come on y'all platform and do the same, man. Return the favor, man. I've been a fan of y'all show for a while, even before I even got into the podcasting world. So definitely I'm a big fan, man. But I have two podcasts. I have one strictly talking about the Ravens. It's called Talking Ravens all day, every day with Justin P. It's me and my co-host Shannon Fitz. She's amazing. They say women don't know football, but that's a goddamn lie. This woman knows her football. So, Tuesdays and Thursdays, 7 p.m. Eastern. Check us out on YouTube. Subscribe to the channel. And on Thursdays, my man Dave come on there as well. He chops it up with a Super Data Mailman. And my other channel, Keep That Same Energy podcast, me and my guy Maurice Savage Jr. That's something me and him started a couple years ago during the pandemic, and we've been rocking ever since. That podcast, we talk about sports, music, current events, a little bit of politics, a little bit of a small bit of like relationship stuff, but it's a basically a universal podcast. We talk about a lot of stuff. It was strictly a sports podcast at first, but we were diving into other topics, so we just made it just a universal podcast where we could talk about anything. Like we do movie reviews, TV show reviews, talk about award shows, all that stuff like that. So those channels are Talking Ravens all day, every day with Justin P. And Keep That Same Energy podcast with Justin P. Both of them on YouTube. And like I said, you can follow me on Twitter at Justin P. And same thing on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. I do have Snapchat, but I don't be on there a whole lot. I might post something here and there. But yeah, that's about it. I'm just glad to be able to talk some football with these three wonderful gentlemen.
Well, let's get to it, Justin, real quick. Probably woke up this morning, heard the news. No Deshaun Watson. We know what happened last week with the Colts. A game, like we all mentioned, they should have won.
Mm-hmm.
What are your initial thoughts after this game? I mean, the Ravens dominated an opponent. They didn't have to win in the last second.
Oh man, first and foremost, we got the win. That's first and foremost. Like I said, style points and stuff like that. They're fine. They're cool. They're nice to talk about. But we got the win. A win is a win. Whether you win 6-3 or you win 36-3, it's a win. I say this all the time, and I stand by that. So that's first and foremost. It's against a divisional opponent who's been giving us problems the last couple of years. We've been splitting with Cleveland the last 2-3 years. Last time we swept them was 2020 during the pandemic when Lamar had his little episode when he came out the locker room, and threw the game winning touchdown with the game time touchdown to go to overtime. So the Browns have definitely been holding their own against it. So to get a win on the road against a divisional opponent was big. Like you said last week, we lost to Garner Minshew. So we couldn't come in here and saying, "Oh, it's Dorian Thompson Robinson." It's an easy win. No, because like I said, Minshew came in our house last week and beat us. Man, Roger was at the game, so we saw it up close and personal. They didn't kill us, so the tackling was much better. The play calling still has some issues at times, uh, especially like in down and distance, like second and 5 and third and 5. Like, why not give Gus the ball to try to shorten your third down, your third down. So little things like that. But the defense played amazing. Geno Stone had an interception. Don't know how many sacks we had, but I know we got a few. Patrick Queen was all over the place. Roquan's all over the place. Brandon Stevens got an interception. Special teams was pretty good for the most part. So yeah, it was just a completely team win. Like we dominated on offense, defense, and special teams. And Harbaugh, his coaching decisions was a lot better this week. So overall, I'm thrilled with 3-1. Sole possession of first place in the AFC North. So I already have not. I'm happy. I already had too much to say as far as negative about this game.
Well, real quick, let's look at the offense first and foremost, guys. Lamar Jackson, 4 total touchdowns, 15 of 19, 186, 2 through the air. He was sacked 3 times, 9.8 per attempt. Gus Edwards, 15 carries for 48 yards. Justice Hill, 3 for 33. Lamar, 9 for 27 with 2 TDs. Melvin Gordon, 3 for 21 as well. Andrews, 5 for 80 with 2 TDs. We know there was no Odell, no Bateman. Flowers, 3 for 56. That was pretty much the main receiving threats that we had today. Raj, I'm gonna start with you, brother. How do you feel about the offense today? We said it to each other in the chat. We said it on the show last week. Lamar's got to play better. He answered the bell today.
Yeah, man. He answered the bell today. Great job by the offense, honestly. I'm very happy with it. They did it exactly what they were supposed to do. There wasn't too much running this week as it was last week. Don't get me wrong. I don't mind Lamar running the football, but when you run in between the tackles for touchdowns, that's fine with me. I like to see more of that than just to give him quarterback runs outside of the 50-yard line or whatever. But I thought it was a good game plan by Monken. He exploited Myles Garrett, and I think Zadarius Smith got hurt early, but he exploited Myles Garrett a lot, so that's always a good thing. He didn't touch Lamar too much today. I think Lamar had one fumble, but other than that, it didn't hurt us. But the offense played really well, man. Finally got Mark Andrews involved. 2 touchdowns by him. Finally, you get your safety blanket, get your best wide receiver out there, getting him the ball in the most crucial spots. Always a good thing. Zay had a great catch for that long bomb to get us that great first down and put us in position to score. So that's a good thing as well. Justice Hill was huge today. Getting him back was huge because he can exploit the outside of the field. Gus Edwards up the middle, pounding, getting 5 yards per carry. But yeah, I think the offense played extremely well. And, granted that Cleveland defense is the number one defense in the league. I'm pretty sure it won't be the number one defense in the league after today. But yeah, man, they did exactly what they were supposed to do. They took advantage of their opportunities. They executed on offense, and they did that thing. So we only can be happy, man. We can only be happy because last week it was like almost the total opposite of what today was.
You went from an angry Ravens fan to a happy Ravens fan, Raj.
Yeah, you see the smile. I got that Magic Johnson smile.
Go ahead, brother. D, let's get your grade on the offense. Kenny, I appreciate you being here. Browns fan, if you want to subscribe to us, please do. And everyone, please hit that like button. But D, let's go to the report card for the offense.
I think the offense, I give them a solid B today. I thought they played a magnificent game. Lamar did go down a handful of times, but the running game was able to come strong between Lamar, Gus Edwards, Mr. Gordon, Mr. Hill. He was able to get that together. Did have one fumble again, but scheme of things, it didn't affect stuff. The offense was very efficient, and our boy, one of the best tight ends in football, Mr. Andrews, with that amazing catch. That's how you go up and get the football. Sometimes you got to go up and take it away. That's what he did in the end zone. And the Ravens offense, very efficient, able to get the job done today in Cleveland. Road game, but again, once we seen that Mr. Watson wasn't playing, I think that eased tension throughout the whole team. And John Harbaugh, 150th win in his career, continued his mastery of the Cleveland Browns.
Justin, what's your thoughts on the offense? I know you love what you've seen out of Lamar, and just your thoughts so far on the offense. It seems like it's a week-to-week thing, as it is with a lot of teams. We saw the Dolphins score 70 last week, and this week they couldn't barely get over 20.
Yeah, it's definitely week to week with us as well. First week, like you said, 25 points. Second week, 27. Last week, 19. And day 28. I like it. I'll give them an A. They did pretty good. Lamar, he didn't do too much. He didn't put the ball in harm's way in the ground or in the air. 2 touchdowns from him, and he threw 2 touchdowns. So he had counted for all 28 points. So, it was pretty good. The running game, it worked at times. As far as like getting tough yards and keep the chains moving. So we just got to get a little bit more efficient as far as running the football. Cause I think Gus averaged like 3.6 yards a carry. We got normally he's a 5 to 6 yards a carry back. Justice Hill did okay besides the one fumble. Andrew stole the show. Zay Flowers, he had a couple catches, but we definitely got to find a way to get Nelson Aguilar more involved early in the game because the last 2 prior weeks he would get involved in the fourth quarter. So especially if Bateman and Odell is going to be out for an extended period of time, I don't know. We'll see the injury report. But if they are, you need to find a way to get Duvernay and Aguilar the ball early in the game. That way they can get their confidence wrong. But overall, it's an A. Todd Monken play caller sometimes had me scratching my head because why would you run a toss play with Gus Edwards? That's not his style of running. That's something you do with Justice Hill, one of those backs like that. Gus is a straight ahead downhill runner. So if anything, you call dives and and off tackle plays, no tosses and sweeps with Gus. That's a no. But overall, I'll give them an A.
Guys, before we get to the defense, you mentioned some of the injuries. Um, we had Morgan Moses go down, and it looks like we had. Let me see who else went down. I think Daryl Worley went down
Yeah, he
as
went down too.
well, and yep, and then yep, Morgan and Jalen Armour Davis, who's always down, and Arthur Millette. So, I mean, any thoughts on the injury report, guys? You can feel free to chime in. I mean, nobody major got her injured. I would say, thank God.
I mean, yeah, Jalen Armour Davis. I didn't even know he played today, honestly. I saw Arthur Millette up there. He made a nice play. Hopefully he's okay. Daryl Worley been playing his ass off. Hopefully he's okay too. If Morgan Moses has to miss time or whatever, we got Big Lele that to take that spot. So it is what it is. Like you said, it's not major this week. Thank God. They made it out of Cleveland, almost injury free in some aspects. So hopefully going forward, we can look forward to a lot of more people coming back. Hopefully Odell, Bateman, and the rest of them will make their return.
D, thoughts on the injuries, real quick?
Major, thank goodness. Um, just got to get healthy. Looking like Pittsburgh, I always was going to say anyway before the day their offense stinks, and it's really going to stink now big time with Mr. Trubisky out there. So we need to get healthy for after London, because after London it gets a little tougher. And right now, just got to get healthy. We didn't have any major injury, thank God. We did have a couple guys, like you said, go down, but nothing major this week, really. Thank goodness. And we're rolling up to Pittsburgh. Rolling up to the old skeleton.
Justin, how you feel about the injuries, man? I know no Odell, no Bateman, but I'm hoping at least one of them plays next week. But this week, no major injuries, thank God.
Yeah, just to piggyback off what D and Roger said, yeah, no major injuries. Arthur Millette, he did have a pretty okay game. He was the reason why Brandon Stevens got the pick. Got his hand on the football. So, hopefully there's nothing serious with him. Morgan Moses, okay, yeah. I'm not really tripping off that because, like Roger said, Big Clay Haig he's gonna be our future right tackle. So why not get him some of them reps right now to get his feet wet? Because like he's gonna play eventually. So why not get him up there? So I'm not really tripping off that. Who else? Jalen Armour Davis, like you said, we used to playing without him. I was a waste of a pick in my opinion. I felt like Tariq Woolen should have been the pick. Me personally, he's over in Seattle doing his thing, but I'm not Eric DeCosta, so I don't have that luxury. But overall, and today injuries weren't bad, but last week they were. Oof, Lord, Jabo went down. It was a mess, but this week it was fairly decent. Nobody serious got hurt, and we'll probably get Ronnie Stanley back by next week, and then Marlon will slowly but surely be back. Hopefully at least Bateman or Duvernay still will play. I mean, not Duvernay. Bateman or Odell. At least one of them guys can go next week. But this is why I said I still wanted DeAndre Hopkins, even though we had what we had. I said because injuries at receiver has been a thing for us. Like one or two guys go down, that's it. So that's no here or there. But today it wasn't a big issue in my opinion.
Justin, I'm gonna keep you on screen. We're gonna go to the defense. Roquan Smith was the only person with double-digit tackles, but we had Patrick Queen with a sack, Broderick Washington with a sack. We even had Matt Abike with a sack, who's having a good year. He's probably gonna earn himself a lot of money in the offseason. What are your thoughts on the defense and also the signing of Kyle Van Noy? I know he didn't do much. He did have a batted pass, and with a Jabo and probably Owe out for a little while, we saw Jabo go on into reserve. How you feel about the defense, man? They played their ass off today. Mike McDonald might be our best coordinator.
He is. Ain't no doubt about it. Like last year, I know he had a rough start, the Miami game and all that. We blew the lead and whatever the case may be. But once he settled down and once we got Roquan Smith over here, he'd be that man in the middle to orchestrate everything, to be our quarterback on defense and put everything together. It was like the missing part of the chain that was, that kept it together. But the defense has been great all year long. Yeah, I think week 1, no touchdowns allowed. Week 2, you only gave up 17 points. People forget the Bengals scored on the punt return. So the defense only allowed 17 points. And last week, they only allowed 1 touchdown. All the rest was field goals. So they've been balling, man. And then today, no touchdowns. So they've been balling. There's nothing you really can say. And they had the most injuries on their side of the ball, just until Odell and all of them got hurt. So they're making it work. Ronald Darby's out there playing good ball. Brandon Stevens playing good ball. I know everybody's been critical of him, but he's out there doing his thing. Geno Stone playing good football. Roquan and Patrick Queen, they're doing that thing. And like you said, Matty Beat, yeah, he got a sack. And Michael Paris and Broderick Washington, they're doing all the dirty work inside, stopping the run, pushing the pocket. And then Tavares Robinson, he's out there, playing good ball too. He made a couple good tackles today. But the defense all overall is playing well. Cal Hamilton, you saw the game he had last week. Didn't have the same type of impact, but he still was there making tackles and breaking up passes. So overall, this defense is looking amazing, man. They are definitely the hot side right now. The offense is doing okay, but the defense is really the ones keeping us afloat right now.
Yes, D, let's get your grade. Kyle Hamilton also had a late interception to seal the game as well.
Well, the defense played very excellent today. Again, the Browns kind of played into the Ravens' hands. The Ravens early wasn't able to set the edge, and obviously with the pass rush they had out, so thought Cleveland was going to kind of take advantage of that. He really didn't, and they played again right into the Ravens' hands. The rookie threw a punch. Monty Cooper really got shut down. And that first turnover really turned the game for the Ravens. They was able to go in very quickly, get that 7-0 lead, and it was a ball game after that pretty much. I had mentioned the Roger Cooper game. First team to 20 was going to win, and I didn't think Cleveland was fast on offense. They do a lot of physical stuff, but they're not a fast team. So the Ravens was able to use their speed on both sides of the ball. They dominated. So me, the defense, A- for the day. Solid A-.
Raj, we thought the offense would have to carry the defense. Looks like the defense is carrying the offense, at least right now.
Bro, it's been amazing to watch, honestly. The defense this whole entire year has been really, really good. The addition of Roquan Smith last year is paying off this year because you see he brings a lot of leadership and a lot of edge back to that defense, especially when he was talking during the week when he was on a press conference run saying that, he's a dog playing, he's a dog himself. So he's going to treat them in such a way. And that's exactly what they did. They treated the rookie like what he's supposed to be, a rookie. And like every time I saw him throw the football, he was getting laid on his back. So they was laying the woodshed on him the whole entire game. So shout out to the defense. Kyle Hamilton had another interception, like you said. Brandon Stevens has been playing extremely well. I'm very impressed with him. He continues to keep improving. He looks for the ball now. He doesn't wait. He makes the plays, which is a good thing. You need from your cornerback. Darby is still playing well. Rocky Sin is playing well. Hey, man. Marlon might not. You might not see Marlon until London. He might not come back until London at this point because the corners are not giving up anything. They're not giving up really anything. And Patrick Queen, I thought he almost killed what's called out there when he hit him. I was like, my God, it was a thing to see. But the defense has been extremely physical. They have definitely been holding their own. They keep the Ravens in games, even though the offense is not completely straight yet. They continue to make their mark in this system. And I'm liking what Mike McDonald's bringing, man. He's bringing that heat, and he's doing it the right way, especially with players that you don't expect. Like you don't expect Tavares Robinson to play well. You don't expect Calvin Noy to come in and make plays. You don't expect Jadeveon Clowney to be getting to the quarterback like getting to the quarterback. But he's getting to him. You might not be sacking him all the time, but he's always getting pressure on the other team's quarterback. So that's exactly what you want to see from this defense. You want to see progression. You want to see that dog. No offense to Cleveland. You want to see that dog And that's exactly what they're bringing every single week. They bring in that heat.
Guys, let's look ahead. They play the Steelers this coming week in Pittsburgh. Next week, 1 o'clock. Justin, they said Kenny Pickett looks like he's hurt. Um, I don't want to say it's an easy game because it's the Steelers, but looks like a game the Ravens will be favored in.
Yes, yeah, I believe so. Because Mitch Trubisky, man, last time he played them, he was the quarterback. He threw 3 interceptions. He threw one to Marcus Williams, threw one to Roquan, threw one to Patrick Queen. So, you know, he definitely is going to turn the football over if you can get to him. So, if we can put pressure on him and then take away Najee Harris and don't let George Pickens and Deontay Johnson kill us, and also Kelvin Austin III, he had a big touchdown last week against the Raiders, and we can keep them in check. They got a really good receiving corner, and you can't sleep on Allen Robinson. You know, he's always that savvy veteran that can get open, and then Pat Fryermuth as well. So we can keep those guys in check and get pressure on Mitchell Trubisky. Their offensive line has been in shambles, you know, over the last couple of years, even with them going out, getting Mason Cole and getting all those guys like Okafor at tackle. They're still having some issues there. So, you know, and then defensively, for us, you know, just make sure we don't give up big plays, like I said, to George Pickens, and then offensively, make sure TJ Watt is accounted for at all times. I'm talking about at all times. You know, wherever he go at, they need to be Pat Ricard need to be meeting him every single time, asking, "Hey, what you want for lunch? What you want for breakfast and dinner?" He need Pat Ricard need to be in his face. That's what made me mad last week. I mean, last year when we played them in week 8, week 17. I'm like, Ray Rumble, you gonna let Pat Ricard chip him or something? Like, you know, we gotta account for him. Have Gus and Pat Ricard put hands on him every single time, because you know, after a while, you getting hit by a 200-pound, 250-pound running back, a 300-pound fullback, and a 300-something-pound tackle and a tight end. That's going to slow you down. I don't care who you are, and you know, it's going to take a toll on your body. You're not going to rush the same. So definitely make sure a body is on TJ Watt and also Highsmith as well. You can't sleep on him. Their linebacker core, Quan Alexander and I forgot the other kid name right beside him. But yeah, but those we can definitely have our way with those guys. The tight ends, Andrews, likely, and also try to sprinkle in Charlie Cole at least in the red zone to give us that extra height advantage. Go take your shots to Zay Flowers early and often. Like these DB, Patrick Peterson is 90 years old out there. You know, let's go out there and show him why he need to be somewhere in the broadcast booth instead of on the field. Test Joey Porter Jr., who I was really high on, but let's test him. So hopefully Bateman or OBJ can play to give us that another stable outside receiver. And then run the football with Gus and Justice Hill, man. That way Lamar ain't got to sit back and drop back and throw the ball 50 times. Every time we do that, it's just not really a good formula for us. So let's run the ball, you know, that way we can control the tempo of the game, then we can take out shots down the field.
D, how you feeling going into Pittsburgh next week? Ravens will be favored. You on mute, D.
I'll go ahead and take it, Bob. All right, how I'm feeling about going into Pittsburgh? I'm feeling pretty good. I'm feeling strong. Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Go back out.
All right, go ahead, come back out. But I'm feeling good, man. I'm feeling really good. I didn't feel good. Now you would have asked me this last week how I felt about going into Pittsburgh. This week, I would have told you I don't feel good at all. But after watching today's game, after they corrected a lot of their mistakes, I'm feeling really good. And then watching the whole game between Houston and Pittsburgh, I'm like, my God, man, if we can't beat them, then we got a serious problem, because they went up in there and they whooped their ass. So I'm not saying that we're going to completely beat them like that or anything. I'm not going to disrespect the Steelers. There's always a close game between, them and us. But I think we have a better team. Their quarterback play is terrible right now. They don't have a great offensive line. Najee Harris is not who he's supposed to be. And George Pickens he's like this. So, I mean, we can take it. It's up to the Ravens not to play down to that competition. Continue to stand it. Continue to get better. Continue to keep running the football the way you're running the football. And I think you can go up there. You can basically beat the Pittsburgh Steelers. It's not like we haven't beaten them in Pittsburgh before. I think we kind of owned them in Pittsburgh at this point. So I think they have a great shot. I'm not afraid of them. And they got a lot of work to do, meaning the Steelers, if they want to even compete against us.
Go ahead, D. Your thoughts on the game with the Steelers?
Unc's being kind. I'm not going to be kind because I've watched the Steelers team all year so far on 40 games. They suck on offense. Plain and simple. They stink on offense. Pickett sucks. He has been terrible. He played terrible before he got hurt with the knee injury. Mitchell Trubisky, like we said, when we played him last in Pittsburgh last year, he gave up 3 of them interceptions. He stinks. The running game stinks. The offensive line stinks. They suck on offense. Now, defensively, they're pretty good, but they got demoralized in Houston. They seen how bad that offense was, and then we can do the same to them next week. That defense get demoralized again. T.J. Watt joined his brother at CBS. They'll all be in the studio together, hanging out. Even before the day, I thought the Ravens had a good chance of going to Pittsburgh and winning. And there's no disrespect. We know it's a divisional game. We know it's the rivalry. We know how tough it is. But the Steelers offense sucks. Let's just call it what it is. It sucks. It's terrible. It's slammed straight up street booty. That's what it is. It's awful. And we're going to get to these late games and games in a moment. It's like New England's offense right now. It sucks too. They're 2 bad offenses. And the Ravens will have one of them, and hopefully they'll feast on the Steelers on Sunday. I'll be at LaLoy Brakefield watching it, trying not to fuss on air if anything happens.
Appreciate that, D. Let's get into the AFC North because we go around the league, but I gotta go to the AFC North. We'll put it in one group today. Bengals lose to the Titans 27-3. We know the Ravens beat the Browns 28-3. And the upset pick of the week, which I did predict. I picked the Texans to beat the Steelers. Didn't know they was going to blow them out. Hammer was down there in Houston, chopped and screwed, whooping that ass of the Steelers. And it was amazing to see. Justin, all teams in AFC North lose. Ravens 3-1, 2-0 in the division, my brother. Looking good for the Ravens with their trajectory.
Yeah, because remember last year we started off like this. We beat the Browns, beat the Bengals within the first couple of weeks, and the Steelers. We were like 3-0 in the division. We all know what happened. 8 got hurt, and then boom. So long as we keep him upright, we good. That's the only injury we can't overcome. Knock on wood. Knock on wood. That's the only injury we can. Anything else we can make do with. But we gotta protect. That's why it trips me when we got Myles Garrett and Zadarius Smith coming free off the edge. Like if we gotta max protect. Like that's our investment. That's like I know it's one man. One man is more than a team, but you lose your quarterback of that magnitude, it hurts. Nothing against Snoop, but it's just like we're a different team with 8 out there. So we protect him, we gonna be A-OK. Everything else gonna fall in place. Because like you said, Marlon will be back at some point, Roger. Hopefully Odell and Bateman will be back at some point. Ronnie Stanley. Always even a Jabo. It's like 4 weeks, so hopefully he'll be back at some point. And then Marcus Williams too. So we definitely we'll get healthy at the right time. But the main thing right now is keeping Lamar upright and healthy. Because as long as he's driving this shit for us, we're gonna be A-OK.
Raj, every team in the AFC North lost except the Ravens.
Gotta give you that Magic Johnson smile, baby. Gotta give you that Magic Johnson smile. But yes, every team in the AFC North lost except the Ravens. Like I said before, I was surprised the Steelers lost, but after watching it, that ass whooping, it is what it is with them offensively. But the Bengals, man, I've been saying it since Joe Burrow came back. He's not right, and they should sit him out the game. He is hurting his team. He is not right. T. Higgins got hurt today, from what I saw. But Joe Burrow's he's killing his team right now. That leg is not right. He's a statue in the pocket. He can't do Joe Burrow like things, and I think they're going to continue to keep losing games, especially to good teams. So the Bengals, I think, probably will be in last place before it's all said and done. And then you have, the Browns, of course, who lost today. Deshaun Watson killed them, man. I mean, he should have played today. If you're going to do all of that and then just not play the game, only for your rookie quarterback who's never played a game in the NFL to go out there and get his ass whooped like that, you deserve to get your ass whooped in the locker room. Because I mean that's awful. That's like Lamar Jackson, like, you know what, I ain't gonna play the last minute, and then all of a sudden, a rookie Tyler Huntley has to go out there and play. That sucks. That destroys everything. So I kind of do feel bad for the other Browns teammates because they did. It was like, what the hell is going on? Why is this rookie playing? But it is what it is. Like you said, every team in the division lost except us, which is a beautiful thing. And we have the advantage. We got to take full advantage of it. This is the time to take full advantage of it. Keep our foot on their proverbial necks, and just let it run, man. Just let it run, one game at a time. Take care of the Steelers next week, and hopefully a lot of other people come back and keep Lamar healthy. As you said, Justin, we ain't going nowhere without number 8. We've seen that the last 2 seasons. Limit his runs. I mean, don't get me wrong. I like it when he runs, but limit them. Only run when you need to run. But as long as we keep him upright, keep him away from the injury bug, we should be fine.
Go ahead, D. Ravens in the driver's seat right now.
No, Byron, I was tempted to pick Houston. They was one of the 3 teams I was looking at upset-wise. I ended up actually going with the Commanders, and they almost proved me right. But like I just said, Pittsburgh's in a desperate situation on offense. The Rogers point, Cincinnati, Burrow's hurting them. I mean, they look very out of sync on offense. And defensively, once Derrick Henry just tossed him around like street booty today in Nashville. Bengals don't look good. They play Arizona next week, and whoever thought we'd say this, Arizona got a chance to beat them. Whoever would have thought that? Who would have thought that? And Cleveland, like you said, they got the 49ers coming in town next week, man. If Washington don't play, no chance. Zero. They won't win that football. So the Ravens are a great position in the division. They're in the driver's seat right now. They can stay there. And once they play Pittsburgh, they will have already had all 3 of their divisional games on the road finished. So that means you have your last 3 at home. That's a huge thing. That helps a great deal. The AFC North right now runs through Charles.
All right, fellas, let's quickly go through some of these games. I'm going to give you a game, 30 seconds. Let's just give me your thoughts. D, I'm going to start with you since you're on the screen Thursday night. The Lions showed it for real. Beat the Packers 34-20.
Don't know which Packers team you're going to see every week. You see the good, the bad, and the love from Jordan Love, and it wasn't good this week for them. The Lions look good. Montgomery's back, and the Lions are the team to beat right now in the NFC.
Roger, we just talked about it, but the Titans, they are like cockroaches, man. They never die. They beat the Bengals 27-3, man. They're still alive. Got to play them in London, by the way.
That is a scary football team. It's just like when you think that they're done, they just all of a sudden they come back to life and they just do what they are not supposed to do. Derrick Henry is still a beast. We all know this. Very tough to get down. DeAndre Hopkins, although he's not having, great, super great numbers, he's still serviceable and still DeAndre Hopkins. But they just the team that just won't quit. They won't give up. So, yeah, man, I'm not surprised really at the way they destroyed the Bengals. Because I said the Bengals are going this way. The Titans are going somewhat this way. So.
Justin, Commanders looked like they were going to beat the Eagles for the second straight year, but the Eagles got it done in overtime, 34-31.
This Commander team is very scrappy, man. Like I said, they look good. But defensively, they playing ball, and offensively, Eric Bieniemy, they're buying into a system. Every game they played this year, they put up at least 20 points. So he's doing his thing. You know, they got some guys injured, but Philly, man, Philly is showing everybody why they went to the Super Bowl last year. You know, every time you want to count them out, they find a way to pull out the game. And Jalen Hurts with another great performance, over 300 yards, 4 touchdowns, and then AJ Brown. You know, I guess they kissed and made up. Now he back. You know, back doing his thing. But yeah, man, Eagles look like the best team in the league right now. Sorry, San Francisco.
Real quick, Justin, I'm gonna stay with you. Buccaneers beat the Saints. The Buccaneers are, just want to make sure I'm correct, reading this right. 3-1, 26-9 win. First place in NFC South.
Yeah, this team, I get it. Tom Brady retired. Baker Mayfield, you know, everybody love him or hate him, but people forget this team still got majority of that team that went to the Super Bowl and won. Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, Shaq Barrett, Devin White, Lavonte David, Antoine Winfield Jr., what's my man? Tristan Wirfs, the tackle, yeah. So they got vast majority of that team in place. So Baker Mayfield, all he had to do was not screw it up, and he's been playing good football. The Saints, Derek Carr's a little beat up right now, so I just, you know, that probably played a part in it. But you gotta give it to the Bucks, man. They doing their thing, man. And what's the name? Todd Bowles, man. He got them boys playing good football, man.
D. Rams outlast the Colts 29-3 in overtime, and Miss Queen is happy to see you as well.
Queen, as always, say hello. And what a game. It was a tale of three games. The first half, the Rams dominated the football game. The second half, the Colts came back. In overtime, the Rams won it. But that rookie Richardson, man, he's the real deal. Definitely the real deal. And the Rams, quietly, looking well right now in the NFC West. They're going to be behind the 49ers. They'll probably fight for a wild card spot throughout.
Roger, Vikings get their first win 21-13 over the Panthers.
It was looking rough for Minnesota at first. I was like, what is Kirk Cousins doing? Going a pick six city. But they slowly came to shore. They rallied back. They took the victory. They better have beat the Panthers. Bryce Young is not playing, so you got to take advantage of it. He did play? Okay, Bryce Young did play. Okay. Either way, he's a rookie quarterback. You got to take advantage of it. Either way, if you're Kirk Cousins. It's too much talent on that Minnesota team for them to lose. So they got the victory. Continue to keep winning, though.
Real quick, Roger, your thoughts. Texans, CJ Stroud, man. I know Maryland has to play Ohio State this week, D. It's going to be a long day. But Texans, man, CJ Stroud looks like he is the best quarterback of this rookie class. 30-6. They blew out the Steelers. And D'Amico Ryan, shout out to him.
You said the Ohio State?
Yes, the Ravens are going to get the D up in them on Big Noon kickoff, 12 o'clock on Saturday on Fox. The D, Ohio State up in them.
The D is coming. Okay. They played well. They played well. C.J. Stroud might be rookie of the year. I'm saying it right now. I know Anthony Richardson is playing very well as well, but I think C.J. Stroud has everything. And this Texans defense, we seen them week one. I knew week one that they was going to be pretty tough. The way they was playing Lamar Jackson, it wasn't a fluke. They play extremely fast, and the sky's the limit for them. They could win a division, honestly, in that division. So they played extremely well. I'm very proud of C.J. Stroud. I'm proud of D'Amico Ryans, another brother that's getting a chance to, coach the team. And this is his first year, and he's a defensive mind, so they can go very far. And it just depends on how far C.J. Stroud in his rookie year can take him.
All right, Justin, I want to ask you about this game. It was a big AFC matchup. Bills blocked the Dolphins 48-20. I did pick the Bills, but I didn't see this happening.
It's funny. I was telling people in the Twitter space last week they was ready to get a Dolphins the Lombardi Trophy. They scored 70 points. And I kept telling them it's a great performance. That leave it what it is, a great performance. And I knew when you play that well, thing you gotta have a break back to the earth game. The Buffalo Bills was like, okay, you scored 70. Don't forget that was against a team that's probably gonna be picking top 2 this year. So they brought him back down to earth. Josh Allen let him up, man. Stephon Diggs, I guess they kissed and made up, man. They let him up. They brought the Dolphins back down to earth. I told everybody that 70 points was fool's gold. They're good, but they're not that good. You know, it was more so the Broncos' issues, whatever's going on with them. But I had the Bills taking care of business. Like, the Dolphins don't play well in Buffalo. Every time they beat the Bills is in Miami. So, yeah, I'm not surprised at the outcome. The Bills put the smack down on them.
D, the Broncos tried to give the Bears a game, but the Bears are the Bears.
Well, you know, Byron, you know how I picked this game last week. I flipped the coin. I literally flipped the coin and said, heads Denver, tails Chicago, and it came heads Denver. And Justin Fields looked great. Wasn't his fault today. He had 4 passing touchdowns. He looked magnificent, but Bears, he came to Bears in the second half, and Russell Wilson got off of his back with Sierra. I mean, no, that's his personal business. And they came back and won. But you got 2 bad teams, boy. I tell you, it's you know, sometimes they make good games, sometimes they make bad games. They decent one today. Denver has another bad team coming to them next week, and the Jets. How fun will that be? And the Bears will brace us on Amazon Prime Thursday night against Washington. So might be 0-5 for Chicago.
The Bears would have the top 2 picks in the draft if the season ended today, which it does not. Raj, I know you were up early at 9:30, watching this game in London, 23-7 the Jaguars. They're in London 2 straight weeks, D, real quick. What's up with that, D? They're in London 2 straight weeks. Is Tony Khan going over there after he leaves tonight?
It's a long flight from Seattle to London, but they get Buffalo over there, so I might not like that position. But I guess since Jacksonville plays consistently over there every year, I think they said they didn't mind staying over London doing 2 games this year. So at least they don't travel back over there. At least they stay over there. So scheduling wise, it makes sense.
Well, Raj, in about 2 hours, we have possibly the new era of AEW. Wink, wink. The Jaguars also over there for the next 2 weeks. They get the win today over the Falcons.
I watched this on Disney Plus. Yes, I was watching Toy Story version of this game. I saw Slinky. I saw Woody. I saw Buzz Lightyear. I saw all my favorite toys growing up. And it was awesome, man. You know what? I ain't going to lie to you. It was actually pretty awesome to see that. And they had Electric Boogaloo, Booger McFarlane on commentary. And it was beautiful. But the damn it, those Atlanta Falcons, I ain't going to say they're terrible because Bijan Robinson is great. But it's just, you could tell that Desmond Ritter is just not there yet. And Kyle Pitts, I don't know what the hell he's doing. But other than them 2, Jaguars should have won that game. I mean, clearly they're at home when they're in London. So, there you go.
Justin, we got a late game slot real quick. I'll go to Cowboys 31-3 over the Patriots, man. I don't know what you want to say, but it's pretty much over already.
Yeah, man. The Cowboys, I knew they were going to bounce back after that stinker they had with the Cardinals, and I picked the Cardinals to win the game too. Because the Cowboys always do that, come out, start strong, Super Bowl, then they lose to a team they ain't got a better reason to. So I knew they were going to come out, you know, and lead and get their bite back versus the Patriots. The Patriots defensively is amazing, but offensively, Mac Jones and a lack of talent on the outside, it's been hurting them for the last couple of years. So, you know, Dak, man, I knew Dak was going to come back and play good ball. I haven't looked at the stat line yet. I didn't even know the score until you told me because, you know, I was, you know, over here with you guys. But the Cowboys dominating them doesn't surprise me at all because every time they get embarrassed, they come back and play good football.
D, the Cardinals are fighting, man. The 49ers were blowing them out, but it's 21-16 third quarter.
I thought the best late game of the day would be in San Francisco, and got to give it to Arizona, man. They do fight. They just don't show up a whole game. Outside of last week, it's like they play one good half. They suck another half. This week, they sucked in the first half, playing a better second. Let's see if they can beat San Francisco, but the Niners look like they're trying to move the ball as we speak now and try to make a little bit of noise here. It's been the McCaffrey show. He's had 3 total touchdowns and looking good.
Roger, goal Chargers, goal. They're beating the Jimmy G. Less Raiders 24-10. It's pretty much over, I think.
That game is over with. I have no analysts with that. I mean, the Chargers should win. I mean, the Raiders are done. Devontae Adams is looking for his next team. I look to see him traded during the middle of the season. We'll see where he goes at. But I think the Raiders, and just in general, are done.
What's going on, Mark? You might be in a couple of his Facebook groups. Justin is a man of many groups and has a lot of great groups on Facebook. So, Mark, pretty sure you are in there as well. And sad for your Colts today, Mark. But Justin, how you feel about the Sunday night game? We got the Chiefs and Jets before the season. This was a marquee matchup. The Jets now look like the team that's going to be flexed out of all their games later this season. And Taylor Swift's the biggest story of this. And Aaron Rodgers back in the house as well.
Yeah. It's sad. That's the more public this game is going to be. Aaron Rodgers and Taylor Swift more than the actual game. Had he been playing, this would have definitely been a tough game to pick. But it's the Chiefs easily. The Jets defense will try to keep it competitive as long as they can. But Zach Wilson going to show himself. He's just going to, he's just going to give the game away at some point. I like the Chiefs, man, by at least 2 touchdowns. Patrick Mahomes, after that week 1 loss to the Lions, everybody was like, oh, well, the Chiefs falling off, or, did they let go too many receivers, which probably may be true, but Mahomes is still showing everybody, hey, man, I just won the Super Bowl and the Super Bowl MVP. Don't count me out just yet. So I think the Chiefs are going to just pretty much stomp a hole in the Jets' ass tonight.
D, is Hammer going to be dancing, or is Taylor Swift going to be performing by halftime more appropriately?
She should perform because it's like the best thing you're going to get. And I know we're going to get to the Monday night game tomorrow, but I got to say this. I am tired of these New York teams on national television. I know last year the Giants actually made the playoffs, got past the first round. The Jets look decent, but let's be real. It's New York. They haven't been good. Okay? Saquon Barkley gets hurt every week. The Jets are hurt. Anybody's good quarterback they get, they either get hurt, get beat up, something happens. And I told Aaron Rodgers, don't go there, but no, he wanted the limelight. He wanted to be the man. So he's going to suffer now. He's going to suffer. He's on the bench. He might as well sit beside Taylor Swift and the family is going to do tonight. Might even have shades on. You never know with him. Aaron doesn't. I'm tired of them. They're going to get flexed out. Thank God. Monday Night Football has flex doesn't this year. They will be using it because I've seen at least 2 games that they will use it. Minnesota, Chicago is one of them, and the Jets play the Chargers, the other one. They will be getting one of them games flexed out at least. Tired of seeing these bad teams on Thursday night, Sunday night, and Monday night because the Bears is another one. We don't want to see them no more. We don't want to see Denver. We're tired of seeing these damn sorry teams on there. Let's get the Dolphins on there. Let's get more of the Niners, get more of the Eagles. Let's get some more of the good teams, the Ravens too as well.
Raj, I know you love seeing the Jets suffer.
I do like watching the Jets suffer. I'm not gonna lie, because a certain New York fan likes to talk a lot of trash, but it's all good. Aaron Rodgers will be in his wheelchair tonight watching the game. Taylor Swift will be cheering for her boo Travis Kelce as he scores multiple touchdown passes on the Jets defense, and it will be an ugly game. I just don't. The Jets they're awful, man, and with them having Zach Wilson still starting in the NFL is ridiculous. But they have nobody they have nobody but themselves to blame. They could have got rid of him during the offseason, but yet they kept him. So it is what it is. And I will be watching and smiling at the same time as the Jets are getting their ass.
I'm just glad we have alternative programming to watch tonight. We don't have to worry about this terrible Sunday night game. If you're a wrestling fan, we got some potential big things happening tonight in the world of professional wrestling. Any picks for the Monday night game, fellas, before we get out of here? Seahawks, Giants? I'm going Seahawks.
Seahawks.
I'm going Seahawks, man. Giants are just in disarray right now. Last year they made the playoffs.
Yeah, it's all about Seattle. I hope Geno Smith don't have a good game because of fantasy purposes, but it's going to be a long night for the Giants. Once again, New York needs to be off of national television.
Justin, I'll start with you. Any final thoughts, and let the people know how to keep up with you and what you got coming up on your channel. And we're going to do this again real soon, brother.
Yes, man. Hey, man. First of all, thank you, Roger, for inviting me on. YouTube, Ivan, YouTube D. I had a great time. Y'all can find me. Like I said, I got 2 channels for the Ravens community, talking Ravens all day, every day with Justin P. I'm pretty sure Bob put it in the link in the description somewhere. I also have another podcast, as I said earlier, Keep That Same Energy podcast with Justin P. That's also, like I said, universal podcast for sports, wrestling, movies, the whole 9. You can find me on Facebook, Justin Leonard Parnell. Instagram, just plain _ Justin. It'll pop right on up. You'll see a picture of me with a Ravens bucket hat on, same as Facebook. And Twitter, you can find me. It's right down underneath my name, Justin P. The Don 89. And Snapchat, it's just Justin P. So, that's on my platforms. And I got Tuesday, we doing a recap of the Ravens Browns game. Thursday, doing a preview of the Ravens Steelers game. So, come check me and Shannon out. We got some good stuff for y'all.
Appreciate you, Justin. We're gonna get you on the main podcast on Mondays real soon, brother. So I will be reaching out to you, but we appreciate you, man, and continue success. And man, it's gonna be a great season. So we got a couple more of these post game shows we can get you in on, brother.
Yes, sir, man. Just let me know, man. I'm always down to talk to football, man.
Hey, man, we probably got a slot next week since D will be on assignment, but we'll coordinate that with you, see what your schedule's like, and I'll reach out this week to you. D?
Oh, yes, sir. Sounds good, bro.
Yes, sir. Thank you, man. D, any final words and how they can keep up with you as well, my guy?
I won't be on next week because I will be on assignment at Loyola Blakefield for the challenge coming up. A lot of high octane high school basketball teams, kind of like a preview to the regular season coming up in about 6 weeks. You can check everything out though on YouTube, Dice Winning Network, Facebook and Instagram as well, and on the Twitter, the Dice Winning Net, Cash Chat, money sign Dice Winning Network as well if you'd like to donate, and on the Twitch, the Dice Winning Network.
Raj, last but not least, brother, any parting words? And busy, a lot of stuff coming up. I don't even know. I'm losing track. A lot going on.
Yeah, you got Russell Dream tonight. Check that out. A certain Adam is supposed to be making his appearance, hopefully. You got Engraven coming on tomorrow. So we have Engraven coming on the show tomorrow at 10 p.m. So check us out on that as well. Of course, you got AEW Dynamite. You got the Ravens preview. You got the Orioles playoff preview coming for next week as well. So stay tuned for that. And, of course, we're going to have another post-game show for the Ravens and Pittsburgh Steelers game. So check that out as well. We got a lot of stuff coming up for the channel. So just stay tuned.
Yeah, stay tuned to the channel. Wrestle Dream will be live for that. You may not see me, but the channel will have the live stream. I'm doing a lot of things. Fastlane is next week. Got some things going on, but we'll be live for that somehow. Orioles post-game shows after each Orioles post-game show. After each Orioles playoff game, they play starting Saturday. So we'll be live after those games, and I'll do a preview once we figure out. I think the brackets are out, D. Yep, all the brackets are out, D, right, for the MLB playoffs. So the Orioles will know soon who they're playing, probably by like Thursday.
They'll be playing Texas or Tampa Bay. Houston was able to win the AL West. It'll be Tampa, Texas against the Orioles coming up on Saturday.
They don't make it easy, do they, D? They don't make it easy for us. Goddamn. For Justin, D, Raj, myself, thank you everybody for watching. Everybody in the chat, hit the like button on your way out. We're getting out of here. Thank you again, Justin. Thank you, D. Thank you, Raj. Have a good night, everybody. We'll see you next week for the next week's post-game show here on the Flex On YouTube channel. Have a good night.